Hi, hello. So today I'm going to go through this infinite loop. This is being recorded at the time of the Tahro ban. Yes, there is an infinite loop. So what you do is you have your deck size. You decrease as much as you can, ideally to 1. You can use cards like Crew, for example, which is quite easy to use. It's Soul Charge 6, very good. There are other cards Soul Charge, but not quite as well as this. And what you also want to do is you need to call certain units to the field. So ideally you want to have CO Yggdrasil. This card can search at your Norn and call it as well. Make sure you've got your equip gauge provided while you're doing that. You've also got to make sure you have Kazande or any other card, as long as it has the following requirements, which is being an act skill, having a Soul Blast cost, not being once per turn. So the idea is that you're able to spam Soul Blast with no limit whatsoever to it. That's the important bit. So there are other cards which have been introduced in Keter Sanctuary that also do the same thing. Genesis only has one card that can do that, which is Kazande. So ever since Kazande's existed, the infinite loop has been possible. Then you've got Ordain Owl, which is different to the loop you may remember. So with Tahro being banned, all you had to do was look for another card that can return units to one of your deck. Once you did that, then you just reconstruct the loop all over again to create infinite power. And we haven't mentioned Gelja. So Gelja is the other component. And of course, to be able to Soul Charge 2, you need to have a Fenrir Vanguard. So you can either play Mythic Beast Fenrir, but if you want to play a different type of Genesis deck, you've got the option of also striding into the Fenrir Stride. So as long as any of your Vanguards, as long as your Grade 3 or your Grade 4 is called Fenrir, then that's fine. Of course, the Grade 3 has its advantages in playing it. So, to start with, what we need to do is we need to use Kazande to Soul Blast out our Regalia Grade 3s, which have been done. That's if you don't have them there already. But as long as your drop zone has your Regalias, then you're ready. So what we do is, we use Ordain Owl. Its skill lets you return a Regalia Grade 3 to one of your deck. If you have a Regalia Grade 3 on your field, you can give it 5k. It's not once per turn, by the way. So you can use an infinite number of times. We've just done it twice. Now what we need to do is, we need to use Gelja. So we return to the one of the deck, and we Soul Charge 2. We're giving 3k twice while doing this. So everything's just gaining more and more power as we go along. Using it again, as we've got 2 cards in deck, so let's go back to 1 card now, while Soul Charging 2. As you can see, our Regalia Grade 3s are in the Soul. We can blast them back out with Kazande anytime, because it's not once per turn. So Ordain Owl, return to the bottom, and again, return to the bottom. Gelja, Soul Charge 2, Gelja, Soul Charge 2. Let's take out those 2 Yggdrasils. Blast, and then obviously Kazande is getting 10k from that. Ordain Owl 2 times, another 10k to CEO. Then we use Gelja, Soul Charge 2, Gelja again, Soul Charge 2, Soul Blast the 2 Regalias yet again, Ordain Owl, Gelja, Soul Charge 2, Gelja again, Soul Charge 2. And Kazande, Soul Blast the 2 Regalias, return both with Ordain Owl, Gelja, Soul Charge 2, Gelja, Soul Charge 2. So yeah. As you can see, it just goes on and on and on and on forever. There's no limit, there's no once per turns. So really the requirement is, have a card that says Act Soul Blast without being once per turn. Have a card of some form that can return you some of your deck without once per turn, and have Gelja, which can Soul Charge 2. So as long as you've met those 3 requirements, you've got an infinite loop. Now, a way you can make these plays a bit better is, this card is most likely going to be where you've got your Force 2 marker, and you've got your Norn, which can help restand it. Infinite power. The thing that's quite nice about this is you can use Ordain Owl to still have units in your deck, so that your Vanguard with infinite power can also drive check. But to make it even better, you can use Orange Witch Valencia V-Series, which is coming out in Clan Collection. What it does is when it's Soul Blasted, you can return a card from your drop zone to your Soul, another card from your drop zone to one of your deck. You can put your triggers, so if you want to put stand trigger, you can get an extra attack here. So you can do 3 attacks with Force 2 and infinite power. You can even use crits, have more crits stacked on top. So all in all, you can do some really powerful stuff. If you get even more cards stacked on one, you can go into Marduk. Of course you can do that easily with Ordain Owl, but you can even go for the triggers. with Valencia if you can put more cards on your deck by having more copies of Valencia. And by going into the Marduk Stride, that means you can then activate another stand or another crit trigger, either or really, that you decide to add. So you can do a 3 trigger sort of effect with that. So anyway, I hope you found that useful. I know like there may be a small amount of people out there who know about this, because I know it sort of has been whispered around a bit, but I did find that a lot of people weren't really aware or paying attention, and the discourse around it sort of just died so quickly. Like I saw like maybe the odd 1 or 2 posts really, and that was it online. So it's not really been talked about much, but yeah, the info loops do exist. That's really it. You could possibly play this for Bishop Rumble Online. It's quite funny, just for a bit of trolling, a bit of memeing. You can do that. So have fun, I guess, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.